world, and welcome to another episode of Marcel Mindset TV. Remember, guys, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button below, comment, share these episodes that we deliver on a weekly basis, because the guests that we're bringing on the show could potentially change your life. And I can guarantee today that this guest right here, if you take notes, if you pay attention, you're going to hear some things that you've never heard of before, because I was in a live last week and my mind was blown when I heard some of the information that my man was dropping on the show, or the live. And I learned so much, and that just led me to end up in a rabbit hole where I just started researching so many different things. And I realized that I may be doing a few things wrong financially. All right. So today you're going to learn from Uncle P, AKA the Digital Breadwinners. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Man, I'm doing great. How you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you taking the time. I know off camera we talked about how busy you were today. So thank you again. You know, I really appreciate that. Thanks for coming on the show.
Man, no problem, man. That's how life is, man. It gets busy, and you gotta make things happen. Can't make too many excuses. A lot of people out here like, man, I can't, get it all done, and you'll get rewarded for it. That's how I feel. The universe will definitely reward you for your hard work.
100%. I believe in that. So, our audience might not know you yet. So who is Uncle P, AKA the Digital Breadwinners, and what does that brand represent?
All right, I'm Uncle P. I'm a real entrepreneur. I've had several ventures that were, successful, several ventures that were failures, but, kept on pushing. And as now I'm still, keeping it pushing, trying to get to a whole nother plateau and take some people with me.
Yeah.
As far as the brand, the Digital Breadwinners, I created this brand because, as I see it, everything is going digital. I mean, the last time I went to the bank, I literally tried to had a couple $100 bills, and I was trying to get some change because I was doing one of those little money pool little things for my daughter's birthday, and none of the banks had money. I went to like 3 banks, and none of them had money. And this was just recently, but I saw the trend coming because, like I said, everything is going digital. So what we need to do is try to figure out how we're going to win more bread in this digital age. It was more a focus on crypto, but like I said, everything that we do is digital. Your credit cards are digital. I mean, everything. Most of you could do affiliate marketing. There's so many different ways. So I have a specific, but like I say, it's so broad that I kind of open up a network with anybody who is getting, winning bread digitally, what I'm saying, these days. So that's really where the focus is. Yeah.
Right. And we appreciate you for providing that type of value and that way of thinking and showing people that you can earn money digitally. So, the reason why, I was really drawn to that live, because I'm interested in this topic, right? And and I'm interested in something called cryptocurrency. And that just drew me into the live that you were in last week. And I want to say that I learned so much from that episode, that I was so inspired that I had to reach out to you. So what is cryptocurrency, and is it a scam?
Well, I mean, everything is a scam if you want to look at it on a technical basis, just like with stocks. If you get in early, and now they have gatekeepers, so if you're not an accredited investor and don't have over $100,000 investing stuff, you can't get in early. So far as the scam, yes and no, because they do have crypto scams, but I feel like this is a way of freedom and owning your assets more so than how the banking system works, because that's where cryptocurrency kind of first started, with banking and Bitcoin and just learning how banks just create money by you providing money to this bank, and they create money out of thin air, and the way they fractionalize banking, and the only person who gets incentivized is the banks.
Yeah.
They borrow your money, they lend out your money, but then they give you a 0.2% or something stupid like that when they get to make all the money. And like I said, again, off of invisible money that they just create off of a note. And we, as the people, give it consensus and say that this piece of paper has value, which we trade with each other. But why can't other things have value as well? Not just the US dollar. Anything that you do and put energy into should have value. So that's where this idea of cryptocurrency is now. It's not just so this one thing has value and we're adding to this big system that's by the government. Now we have all these other little things that have value. And as the people have consensus and they see value in it as well, then it gains more value, basically.
Right. So. Yeah, I like that, and that's a different way of thinking, because the way we've been taught was to, fully believe in the banking system, and as you just said, the banks are making money off you, so you got to figure out a way out here how to make your money work for you. 0 point something percent, that's not money. So cryptocurrency, for some people, they may have heard about it 10 years ago. For someone, they might be hearing about it today. So for someone that's new in the space, what is a good resource to gain knowledge, or where's a good place to start?
Well, I would say YouTube. If you're a beginner, I would say definitely YouTube. A lot of information that I get is from YouTube, even now. But I would say that YouTube, with crypto, with this space just being so fast paced, technology being fast paced, I would say that would be, like I say, the beginner. But then you have X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. That is a great resource as well. Now you do have to watch out for scams. I got scammed recently out of like a couple $1,000 just clicking on the link. But that was just, it was something that was supposed to happen because I teach these things, but I was being neglectful of securing my assets. So things happen, and what was I going to do? Cry about it? No, I'm in this space. I looked at it like the universe is telling me, if you can't secure this amount of money, so when you get this amount of money, what would you rather lose, $4,000 or $40,000? So that's how I look at it. Like, look, it hurt, but that's I done already got that back, and I'm gonna get that back tenfold. So, but
yeah. So there's so much resources out there, so you guys can start on YouTube, like Uncle P saying, or Twitter. That's a good starting place. The information is out there. There is no excuses. So, in terms of money, right? Like I was on the live with you last week, and you dropped a bunch of game in terms of like how you can make money in the space. And then I did my own research. I'm like, wow, like, why am I not making money in crypto right now? So how can I start making money in cryptocurrency today?
you have the easy routes that everybody teaches and tells you about. Go and buy this coin. Follow me, and here's my portfolio. And you could buy Dogecoin, you could buy Apecoin, you could buy Solana, and go in this ecosystem and do all these different things. But one thing that I have found interesting in the last 2 years, really in the last, but really in the last 18 months, I've seen this emerging, and I look at it as kind of being the economy of things, because you have what they call IoT, which is the Internet of Things, and these are basically all of the little things that you have, your little light bulbs, and the color with your phone, and your Ring cameras, and the cameras you might have in your house, just anything that's connected to the internet. But instead of the company owning all of this data, you data, and then you can sell this data, or if the company sells this data, you get paid for this data, and because it's your data. So this space is called dpin, decentralized personal infrastructure networks. And they're doing is, say for instance, right? Um, because I just used this analogy the other day. So for remember when they had the Eisenhower highway system? So say if your grandfather or whatever worked on this highway system and he got freeway tokens for working on this freeway. And the incentive for working on this freeway is that any tolls that get put on these freeways, people who worked on this project, built the infrastructure, they will get paid from all of the money that's collected from these tolls. They would get paid. That's just an example of how dpin could work in a real life setting. I said if that was what 50 some odd years ago, then your family would actually have an asset because they helped build something. And instead of just the government making the money, the people that help build it are making the money. Another thing, say with like cell phone towers, because they are actually doing this in crypto with a lot of new projects that are building mobile networks and stuff. So say for instance, you were able to buy a 5G tower from Verizon when 5G first started. You could put these towers on top of your house, and then anytime somebody gets next to their cell phone, you get paid. And not just Verizon getting the money, Verizon shares, profit shares with you. So like I said, if you want to look at investing, this sector is really where it's at. Instead of just buying a coin, so instead of, say, if I put up $2,500, I could buy a coin or a couple of projects with $2,500. But if I don't know metrics and different things of that nature and charting, I basically will rely on somebody else or a group of people having consensus into buying, to making the price rise or making the value rise. Well, how about I take this $2,500, I buy a device and it rewards me back and I get my $2,500 back. Then I can take that $2,500, even do the same thing again, or find other projects to get tokens or get incentivized on, and I can build upon that. And then I can build my own personal infrastructure network, basically like a potluck. I can have a decentralized VPN network that I'm contributing to. I can have a mapping camera that is building a decentralized GPS. It's a lot of geo miners. They have these weather miners. You can put a weather monitor on top of your house, and they're trying to decentralize every single thing and every single piece of data. Like I said, instead of letting big companies have it and having a central point of failure and having a central point basically to tell you, what is and what isn't. It's a whole network of people that are doing this thing, and it's worldwide. It's not just set in America or set somewhere else. Like for instance, we have these weather monitors. You go on your local news channel, they're like, "Oh, the weather is such and such and such." Well, you go to the live feed where you're just not relying on Doppler radars. You got these radars that are literally on the ground running 24 hours a day. You go on, you're like, hold up, it's not going to rain. It's going to rain in this area, but in my area, this might be just 30 minutes away. Where you might not get that much rain. Just little things like that. And data is so important because you can scale down and pinpoint exactly what you need and what you can buy and sell as far as a company that's providing the data to these other companies that need the data. So like I said, with if I had to do everything over today, everything would be in dpin, because then I would be able to recycle my investments and still be able to invest in the other projects without having to worry about utilizing my energy that I'm already putting out, getting money from, as far as working and stuff like that. I can keep my personal money, still do whatever I want to invest in with that, make these investments, and like I say, wash, rinse, and repeat.
Man, you guys are going to have to rewind this about 3 minutes, take notes. And if you heard a bunch of terminology that you were unsure of, Google it. And at the end of the show, we're going to make sure that you give us all your information that people are going to want to reach out to you, because you're giving people ways to make money, either while they sleep or while they drive. maybe at the end of the show, you'll drop what that app is. Maybe you won't, but hey, stay to the end of the show. Maybe you'll actually get the name of the app to get on, to get you started in that space. All right. So, we talk about debt, right? So should I pay off my debt before getting involved in cryptocurrency? Because a lot of people are out here with debt and they're saying, I want to make an investment, but I got all this debt. Should I just dump all my money that I have into my debt, or should I take the money that I am getting, let's say from my paycheck, and put it in cryptocurrency?
That's a good question. If what I know now, I would invest to pay off my debt because I kind of know where. But if I was just starting off, if I had debt, if I had a bunch of debt and I didn't know where to start from, I wouldn't say pay off my debt first. I would. It depends on your financial situation, your life situation. I don't know if you have children, if you're single, like a fourth of your income in the cryptocurrency. And it depends if you're looking long term or the short term. If you're looking for the short term, I would say the big names like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, stuff like that. If you're looking for short term and trying to get gains quick, and this is a different game you can play. You can play with the low cap coins. I like low cap coins because it's a bigger risk, but the reward is way bigger. Like, for instance, Bitcoin is number one. I don't know what the market cap is today. I know the price is like 67. It hit like 67.5 today, but I know I can't give you the exact market cap. But I'm going to buy something that's hundreds of billions of dollars. It's going to take hundreds of billions of dollars for it to double. And like me getting something that's like $16 million, and it could literally go to $100 million overnight. Ooh, that like my money is not being in crypto. You see that money really isn't nothing because you can see how much money gets poured in. So I'd rather play around with low. Like I say, for one, it's a little risky, but I know the reward. If I'm right, the reward is way bigger. If I can put, because I've done it, I put $100 in a project, and next thing I know, a couple of weeks is $1,000. I can't do that with Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff like that. So if you know what you do, but you can also lose your money as well. So that's why I also say only invest what you're to lose and afford to hold on to. Because a lot of people, they get into this instant gratification mindset. So you'll put some money in, you see it going down, and you'll say, like, my money's going down, I'm going to sell it. And as soon as you sell it, it takes off. Yeah, be like, why did I sell it? I just missed out on a couple $1,000s. So and it's like that with stocks and stuff too. This space is just a little newer. So I look at it kind of like the internet, Web 2.0. If they call this Web 3.0, wasn't old enough to invest in Web 2.0 and the MySpaces and the Facebooks when they IPO'd and stuff like that, because that was the only way we really could invest in these things by just buying the stock. This is kind of different and more powerful. So, like I said, it depends on your situation, but I definitely would not pay off my debt. Why? That's because you end up paying off your debt while you're investing, if you invest in the right way.
That's right. Yeah, that's great advice. And make sure you guys are doing your research. You're not just throwing your whole life savings into there as well. If you talked about the low cap coins, but know which low cap coin you're invested in. And, if you're throwing money in there, be willing to lose it all. You could potentially lose it all. So, like you said, that's great advice. It's based on your situation. So we've heard this terminology. What are NFTs? And is this something worth looking into?
Yeah. NFTs, they're non-fungible tokens. So it's basically like a one of one. You know what I'm saying? Say like your credit card with your credit card numbers on it and stuff like that. An example of your credit card being an NFT is like your credit card being in your Apple Wallet. It's a representation of something that's physical. You have a physical card, but then you upload it on here. You are minting your NFT almost when you're loading your card up to wallet, and that thing in your Apple Wallet now is your NFT. So that's just a real world example, of NFTs that people utilize every day. Even though that's not on the blockchain and it's not technically an NFT, that definitely is an NFT.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
But yeah, NFTs, I've gotten like the last run, it was kind of new, so people were just getting into NFTs and people were just building all of these projects and stuff, and you had a lot of people FOMOing in, which I did as well. So then NFTs weren't so much of a great thing because it wasn't a lot of use cases behind them. But now it's a lot of use cases behind some NFTs. There are still a bunch of NFTs that are trash and garbage, but it's this one project that they do cloud mining. So I've been trying to get into Bitcoin mining, but without having to set up miners myself. Because doing my own research, like I could put a miner in my condo, and because I don't have to, worry about the electricity because it comes into with my HOA and stuff like that. But the noise level, I don't want to hear two vacuum cleaners running 24 hours a day in the house. I'll have to build, something to kind of keep the noise down, make sure it's always cool. Just a lot of things you have to do. So with this particular project, what they're doing is they have these NFTs made by the miners. They're a mining facility that, so they get people to buy the miners, but they buy them in NFT form. So you don't physically own the miner, but you own the NFT, which is the miner, and you're basically buying the hash power of this NFT of this miner. So how much money this miner, makes, the benefits from that, like a big miner, but like you buying the miner, having to ship them the miner and stuff like that. They set up everything and they just charge you for the power consumption.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's the same, same prices of what a miner would be and stuff like that. It's just a better way. And they compound miner for the people that are in the project. So for instance, if you bought a miner that has like 50 terahash and they go and upgrade and buy new miners, they will give you the upgrade NFT. So it also compounds on top of making money. So like with the Bitcoin halving coming up, if you already have the NFT, so next year when they go and upgrade all their miners and sell the old miners and go upgrade their new miners, you're going to get the upgrade as well. So you don't get stuck at the 50 terahash, then you'll get upgraded to 100 terahash and stuff like that. So like I said, just you have the dpin sector, but then you have these other sectors as well that were already there, but then you have people that are expounding upon what's already there. And I think that is because if you already come up with like, all right, my company's going to do this, and we already have people that we're going to buy the miners from for cheap because we're going to buy them in bulk and all this, you can pass down the savings basically to, I hate to say customer, but your participants.
Yeah.
That way everybody's eating instead of, like I say, you just got one big honeypot of a company that's just getting all the money. And like, no, spread it out to everyone. And this is how you end poverty in some locales. If you want to, like on a bigger level, if you want to reduce crime and you want to reduce poverty, you have to give people something to do other than what they're already doing and show them that things are possible. You don't have to do this. And in the age that the way that technology and stuff is running, I said the people, we're going to have to show that it is something different, other than here and scamming and being the Kia boys and stealing cars and stuff like that. Like you can actually build something that is sustainable and get other people on it to worry about somebody, this person is going to, make more than me, and you know how we just
Of
stuck
course.
into a certain mindset. Like,
Yeah.
no, you could put people, and everybody can eat by the energy that we're putting in. The more you participate, the more you, then you're not gonna have time to be out here doing other stuff. You're like, I'm making money this way. I don't have to go out there and risk anything to
That's
make my
right.
money.
That's right.
So, people are scared of AI taking stuff over and everything. Like, AI is going to take things over,
Yeah.
but you have to utilize you have to utilize the technology.
That's right.
Just like did take over, but traditional mail is still here. You still have to have people that are the mail. So USPS, they are still a company, even though they're a government, they're still a company though. They could go under, people can, everything could go electric, but you still need one thing. So you still need people. And it's a different way that you can do that, but we're still stuck in a certain way. But that's coming too. I
Yeah.
believe so. They'll find a
Yeah.
way.
See, that's why I have the utmost amount of respect for you, because the information that you're providing, you're showing us you don't gotta scam, you don't gotta steal. There's other ways to make money out there, and the information that you're providing, people really get educated and plug into your content, and just reach out to you to learn from you. Then they don't need to do that, right? So I really respect that, and I respect a lot of what you're doing. So, NFTs are definitely something you want to look into. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like I said, once again, there are a lot of scams in NFTs, but there are a lot of good use cases now. Like, oh, for instance, even Visa, they bought a whole blockchain project that are based on NFTs, and what they're doing for customers, which are the people that we buy things for, they're doing a lot of augmented reality and membership based stuff to get people involved into doing things. So, say for instance, right, I'm going through the mall. I got my phone. It's like kind of like Pokemon Go. I'm trying to collect all these different like coupons and stuff from these different stores. Well, I might not even shop at a lot of these stores that I'm getting these coupons for, right?
right.
So what I can do is I can go in this marketplace, can sell things to people who do want these things. So, like I said, it's about creating an economy of things that we already utilize, but also being able to things as like I might have a 50% off coupon for Nike, but I don't want to buy Nikes this month or whatever. I want to buy, I don't know, I want to buy something for PlayStation for my kids or whatever. But I can go in this marketplace where I have this, I can go and trade my thing for somebody else's thing. Like just the little things like that I feel are so powerful in this space. And like I said, these are not things that are yet, but they are coming and they are in the works and they're on the way. And when you big money doing these things, it's gonna be here to stay.
Yep. It's here to stay. So, thanks for that information. We do talk about centralized finance and decentralized finance. So what is the difference between the two?
Well, centralized finance is something like a Robinhood or Coinbase, something that has a company has a single point of failure, and they gatekeep a lot of stuff, and they give you a little bit for a lot that you might give them, for instance. Or say for instance, like last week when Bitcoin was pumping, people couldn't withdraw their Bitcoin or their crypto assets from Coinbase. So being on a centralized platform, you have those kind of issues. Or to the bank mentioned earlier and they didn't have any cash. That's something centralized. Now, decentralized probably wouldn't help that aspect with, money and stuff like that. But de- decentralized finance is more so everything being done on a blockchain with smart contracts. So instead of even having human intervention, it's all about trust in these contracts because everything in business anyway is already about contracts. But what if something that can automatically do something because it's already put in the contract? So just say, for instance, if you have an investment tool that put in something and you get 10% back, but it automatically auto compounds. You can already have a contract. and you don't have to worry about it because that's how the program is set up. You don't have to worry about, people doing anything. Or for another thing, say if you need to get a loan and go to a bank, they have to run your credit check. They have to get all this information from you. But on the blockchain, if you want to get a loan, it just goes about how much assets you have. So if I have $2,000 in USD, which is a stable coin that represents the US dollar, I can go put that in a lending platform. I get APY, I can get 11, 12% in sometimes. And then I can borrow against that and buy something else. So I could still have my $2,000, go and have another $1,000, which I just created a whole another $1,000 just like the banks do, but I did it myself without asking for permission or anything. Take this $1,000, I can go and buy one of those low cap coins. When those low cap coins go up, pay this loan back. Now I just made money out of thin air.
Yeah.
Which, like I say, the banks do, and they want us to do, because they know the power in that. They know that the money is fake. They know that it's not real, even the money that they have, that they get from the Federal Reserve. And like, oh, people are waking up to what's really going on. And people are realizing that money is about energy. It's not about the money. Because that's what really woke me up. When I finally realized that money is about the input of energy, I'm just getting rewarded for my energy input. So, like I said, with me understanding that aspect, I'm like, money isn't even real.
Yeah.
I need to get rewarded for not my time. I need to get rewarded for my energy that I'm putting out there. So, like I said, when I equated those two, it changed my whole mindset about how to even create money. It's like, I'm creating money just by moving. The only way you shouldn't be creating is if you're in a coma, literally, and you can't move. If you're moving, you're creating some kind of friction, you should be able to create something. And that's what we're here to do. We are a God, if you believe that, and which is the creator, and if that's your father or great father, because past that means you have that same creator inside of you. And that's what we are put here to do, create. That's why we have all of these beautiful things in this world, and to create. And the more that we create and come together to build things, the world is just going to get so much more better.
Wow. Thank you. That really hit me right here. And I'm in this. I feel like it's a masterclass. I'm learning so much from you. And I had two questions that I was going to ask you. You went over it, so we do have one final question, and then I want you to just give all your information out there, how people can reach out to you. And I feel like you need courses, you need classes, you need mentorship programs, because you're providing so much valuable knowledge and information that not potentially, but can definitely change someone's life. So, my final question is, everyone is talking about Bitcoin. Should we have that in our portfolio?
Yes, you should. Yeah, in some form. Even if you don't have the actual Bitcoin, try to find some cloud mining or something like that, or get into mining. Because what these banks are doing is only 21 million Bitcoin ever. It's not even 21, it's more than 2 million millionaires. So there's not enough Bitcoin for every millionaire that's out here. So when you think of it like that, and you think of digital gold, some people are going to have and some people aren't. And the people who don't are going to be the ones that are held back. Kind of like, say if you had an opportunity, your great grandfather had an opportunity to actually get some gold during the gold rush, even though by the time you heard about the gold rush, by the time it was big, it was over. If you do your research, they had all these people moving out to California thinking that they could get rich, but they had already mined up everything by then. People were already rich. That's how it kind of is in this thing. All the Bitcoin is already bought up. It was like 40 Bitcoin on the over-the-counter market over the weekend, and 2 days later, it was all gone. When you saw Bitcoin just went again from 60 to 67 on Monday. Now the market's back open on Monday. All the demand is there. So if you know about supply and demand, if there's a limited supply and a whole lot of demand, there's only one way that things can go.
Mm.
So when they're talking about $100,000 Bitcoins and stuff like that, I would agree. But now I'm looking at a more like a $200,000 Bitcoin for
Wow.
peak.
Yep.
Yeah.
So get some money in Bitcoin.
Yeah, I mean they have apps like Lolly and Fold where you can hook up your credit card to and get rewarded in Bitcoin. I mean, any way that's possible that you can get Bitcoin for in a lower barrier of entry, because I'm all into trying to keep my fiat. Like I want to get more, but I want to keep mine as well. So if I want to get something, I gotta kind of use my brain and figure out what's the best way having to utilize my past energy. Like, how can I kind of get this for free? Instead of going out there and like I said, I could go and spend $1,300 and get $1,300 in Bitcoin, but I could buy this $1,300 NFT and I'm gonna get Bitcoin for that. Just makes more sense to me, long in the long scheme of things. So.
Yeah.
But yes, you definitely should have in your portfolio. Maybe a little Ethereum. I'm not as big on Ethereum as I used to be. Being right now, like if I had to say I had an affair, yes, I would have. Yes, I got rid of Ethereum, and yes, now Solana is my new wife.
Yeah, I love it. Uncle P, aka Digital Breadwinners, on the show. I don't know about you guys, but my notes are full. And how can our audience reach out to you? Like I'm personally in your Discord. I want to thank you for having me in your Discord. Are you opening that to the public, or is that only special people? You got a website going, you got courses going, because this is like information that people need to get on as soon as possible. Like yesterday, they should know about this.
Yes, yes. So I'm rebranding everything. I had a fire last year in my condo, so I lost everything, and so I had to kind of rebuild it. And it just took a while, just mentally getting back into the want to do it. But now it's like I have information to people. Like I said, with dpin, it's so important for me to get my to it, because me being in the space, I see where things are going. And I see the people who are in, and everybody who thinks that crypto is a scam and stuff are people that don't have money. Like that's the thing that's so crazy. People that have money are like, oh man, I'm dumping all my money in. But people that are like, I don't know about that to teach you, like, well, learn some more. So, but yes, courses are coming back.
Good,
The
good.
mentorship is coming back. The website will be probably back up around probably mid March. You can catch me right now on the IG, the Digital Breadwinners, on X, the Digital BW. Like I say, right now I'm just in the rebuilding stage, just getting my feet back, kind of wet and stuff, and getting out there. But yeah, just keep on. Like I said, keep posted on the IG. We do a weekly show. We just got that back up and running, so a lot of the information will be there. And like I say, I will be doing updates on when everything will be released, and it's gonna start moving fast because I'm gonna start. I got a lot of content I want to start, and a lot of free things that I'm gonna be giving people as well. Because there's a lot of airdrop projects and a lot of new projects that are going on. And one big thing, if you're a driver, I mean, if a daily driver, if you drive Uber, Dash, I mean, Amazon Flex, if you drive for a company who pays for your gas, I have plays for that as well. I'm also looking for drivers. So I will drop one jewel. I'm
Yes.
gonna drop two actually.
There you go. Let's go.
It's this one that I'm really really bullish on. It's called Hive Mapper, and they're working on building basically like these decentralized Google Maps, but more real time data. And another one is Natix Drive. It's another one when you're driving, you put your phone in the window and they record stuff. Then Hive Mapper, they actually have a coin which is live and people are making a lot of money from this project. And Natix, they are new. They haven't dropped their coin. They're talking about doing liquidity or dropping their actual token and doing liquidity at the end of this month. So getting in early so you can get those extra airdrops. And this project Natix, they're built on the Peak network, and the Peak network, they're donning themselves as the economy of things. So they're basically trying to become the dpin blockchain. So they have a lot of projects that are being built on their platform right now. And if you get into projects early, you're going to be getting that token for that project, and you're as well as going to be getting the Peak Network token, which isn't even out yet. That doesn't even come out until later. I said everything's in testnet, so you're just going to get you're going to get rewarded a lot for being in very early. So the Peak Network, look into the PAQ Peak Network, NATIX, Natix Drive, and Hive Mapper, and you'll just end up going down the whole things, and you'll. Yes, like I said, you'll things that are interesting, especially if you're in the driving world. And I'm running probably right now. When I about 7 projects at one time, so I literally turned my car that was getting one source of income and a liability costing me money. I didn't turn this into a money making monster.
There you go.
Just because of dpin in space.
There you go. So you guys just got the free game right there. Share this video to other people out there. Get this information out there. You know, the least you could do is share this to a friend to help them level up themselves, level up their life. You know, not only was it an episode about cryptocurrency, there was a bunch of game that can help you improve your life from Uncle P. That's why they call him Uncle, all right? Because, you know, he's the uncle that's going to give you the game, the information that you need to hear. So thank you again, Uncle P, a.k.a. Digital Breadwinners, for coming on the show. Man, it's been an honor and a true pleasure having you and just being in your presence and learning from you, man. Like, it's humbling, brother. So keep doing what you're doing. And I'm excited to be a part of your Discord, to continue following your content, and attend the live shows whenever I can, and purchase your course. I can't wait to purchase the course once you got it up as well, too.
Oh, man, appreciate you, man. Like I said, we got courses, man. I'm bringing back the shirts. I'm bringing back the hats, sweatshirts. I mean, everything. It's going to be a nice little movement. Yeah, we got getting everything that I was already doing, plus we're going to scale up on that as well. So this 2.0 is almost going to be like Web 3.0.
I can't wait. All right, guys, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button below, and remember, share this content. Uncle P, aka Digital Breadwinners. Salute, my brother.
Peace.